Hi everyone and welcome back. Today I will be sharing my mid-month wrap-up. So I know my mid-month wrap-up for May is a little bit delayed. I've just been busy with a lot of work drama and quitting my job. And then I went on vacation, so my videos have gotten a little delayed. Sorry about that. But I still wanted to film my mid-month wrap-up, so I don't have so many books to talk about at the end of the month. So these are the books that I did read in the first 15 days of May. So yeah, it is still my mid-month wrap-up. So without further ado, let's talk about the books. The first books that I will be talking about, I do have I read them on audio or through NetGalley, so I will have to be looking at my paper to tell you about them. But I read Loyally Luke by Pepper Basham, and I'm giving this book 5 stars. It was really great. I really enjoyed it. It is my first Pepper Basham book, and I really look forward to reading more by this author. This book takes place in this like made-up country, I believe, where we know right away that the main female lead is a princess, but the male lead does not know. So that was really interesting. They meet up to do some renovation for a building, and yeah, I found it was really interesting that he didn't know she was a princess. It was like a modern fairy tale, so really enjoyed that. Giving it 5 stars. I don't know if I said that. And then I read The Magic Soap Bubble by David Corey, and I'm giving this book 3 stars. I thought it was more like a classic, so I wanted to give it a try, but it wasn't that interesting for me. It is a middle grade book where there's like a boy who, I don't know, he goes like in a magic bubble or something like that, and he travels and sees like different, like not mythical creatures, but like not fairy tale neither, but just kind of like that, like dragons and elves and whatnot, trolls. Don't know what they're considered right now, having a little brain block there, but you know what I'm talking about. So he sees all those little characters and creatures, but it was just okay for me. I didn't really love it, so just giving it 3 stars. I found it was a little boring at times. I also read Hill O' the Winds by L.M. Montgomery. I did enjoy this book. I gave it 4 stars. At this time, I quite frankly forget entirely what it was about. So if you're interested, you could go look it up. She is the author who wrote the Anne of Green Gables series. So it was at the beginning of the month, and I gave it 4 stars, but I don't remember anything about it. I also read The Adventures of Honey by Emmanuel Karolitsky, and I gave this book 3 stars. This was a NetGalley book that I read and reviewed. It was just okay. It wasn't amazing for me. It is a middle grade book as well. Usually I love middle grade books. This one I just found was not entertaining enough. I don't know, it just follows this dog who wants to be like a detective, and just like a mystery they go on, this group of dogs. Yeah, it sounded really great. I had high hopes for it, but it just kind of fell flat for me. I also read A Fairly Unexpected Adventure by Lynn Whittison. This was also a NetGalley book that I read, and this one I quite enjoyed. I'm giving it 4 stars. In this one, it follows like a family, and they go to this restaurant, and the girl, it's a middle grade book, and the girl finds 2 fairies that need her help. And so yeah, it's just about that, her helping them, and then there's a mystery going on where there's like some stolen jewels, I believe. It's been a while since I read it as well. And they need to figure out who stole that, because there's like a reward money, and it was a really great middle grade book. I really enjoyed it. I also read Partners in Crime by Agatha Christie, and this one, unfortunately, I'm giving 3 stars. Sometimes Agatha Christie is pretty hit or miss for me. Unfortunately, I don't love all her books, and this is my second Tommy and Tuppence, book that I've read, and I think I've given both 3 stars. I'm not a fan of that series. I do really love the Hercule Poirot and Miss Marple, but this Tommy and Tuppence is really not for me. There's a lot more swearing, I believe, than in her other books, which I didn't really like, and I don't know, I just found the short stories, they weren't all that great for me. So in this one, Tommy and Tuppence, they go to like this detective agency, and they pretend to be somebody else. Like they pretend to be detectives where the detective is like away for something or something. So they like pretend to be this detective and they take on his cases. So it's a collection of short stories, and not much to say. Didn't really love it. But I will be trying other Agatha Christie books. Like, I mean, I'm trying to read them all, so we will see. But so far, Tommy and Tuppence are not for me. I read Set in Stone by Kimberly Woodhouse, and this one I quite enjoyed. I'm giving it 4 stars. It did take me a little bit of time to get through, well, quite a bit of time. I'm giving it 4 stars instead of 5 because it was a little bit boring at times for me. It follows the 2 main love interests who work on dinosaur digs. So there's a lot of dinosaur dig talk, and that is pretty much the main focus of the book. So if that's really not your thing, like it is for me, like it wasn't for me, sorry, I found it a little bit boring. But there was a great storyline, like subplots as well, that kept it entertaining for me, and I didn't find the romance was that great in this book, but maybe that's just me. But I still look forward to trying other books by this author. So yeah, in this book there is a dinosaur dig, well, 2 dinosaur digs, and at first the main love interests are on separate sides. There's a competition going on to see which site like uncovers the dinosaur bones the quickest, so that their their dinosaur bones collection or whatever can be put in a museum. So there's like a competition going on, but then they come to the same side, and there's a romance going on there. But it did have a trope that I really don't like, where I'll try and explain it without giving away any details, so be a little bit vague, but hopefully you'll understand what I'm talking about, where there is a main character in the book that withholds information from the love interest, because it's not their story to tell, like it's not their information to share. And when the other love interest, when the love interest finds out, they are very mad that this information was withheld from them. I find this trope really annoying because it wasn't that person's story to tell, it wasn't their information to share, and it's not lying. Like when the other person accuses them of lying and withholding stuff from them, and that they can't trust them, I find that really annoying because, like I said, it wasn't their information to share. So did not like that. Maybe if it wasn't even for that trope, I would have given it a higher rating. But all that to say, I'm giving it 4 stars. Okay, last paper. I read the Amish Romance Secrets, books 1 to 6. Yes, they're very short audiobooks, by Samantha Price. So I'm not gonna talk about the individual stories because there's 6 of them and I really don't remember. They all blended together in my mind because they're all Amish romance, and some of the characters do follow, I believe, in some of the other books. So yeah, I'm not going to try and give a synopsis about them, but if you want to check out the series, you could look it up on Goodreads, or you can look it up on YouTube because the audiobooks are free. The author provides that. So I read A Simple Choice, and I'm giving this one 5 stars. Annie's Faith, and I'm giving it 4 stars. A Small Secret, 4 stars. Ephraim's Chance, 3 stars. A Second Chance, 3 stars. And Choosing Amish, which I'm also giving 3 stars. So yeah, it was a pretty good series overall. The books in the series are almost like novellas. I think that's what they're actually marketed as, because they're really short. But yeah, I read the whole series and I quite enjoyed it. And those are all the books that I don't have a physical copy for. This month I just read a little bit in, oh, the fan just went off. I hope it's not too annoying. Can't really bypass that because whenever I come down to film, the fan is either on or off, but it turns on randomly. So if I want to film, I don't really have much of a choice. I try and avoid it as much as possible, but yeah, sorry about that. So I only have, I think, yeah, 5 books that I read this month in physical copy. Well, in the first 15 days, right? So it's not terrible. I did, I guess, focus a bit more on NetGalley and audiobooks at the beginning of the month. Sorry, I can't talk. Yeah, okay, so I read Nancy Drew and the Clue Crew 33, The Pumpkin Patch Puzzle by Caroline Keene. Yeah, in this, I'm giving it 4 stars, sorry. In this one, oh yeah, the girls, they go to like a festival and they're like for decorating pumpkins, there's a competition, and the designs that you had to the designs that you had to oh, I can't think of the word, well, you had to give in, whatever, they were stolen and the pumpkins got smashed, so the girls need to figure out who did that. It was a cute mystery and I quite enjoyed it. I also read Hardy Boy's Clue Book 11, Bug Napped by Franklin W. Dixon. Yeah, in this one, the boys, they go to like an insectarium, and oh yeah, no, so they well, I think they go to an insectarium, but anyways, no, maybe not. Sorry, it's been a while since I read it. But anyways, so the boys, they take home like their friend's pet, some kind of bug, stag beetle, and it goes missing, so they need to figure out who bug napped it. And yeah, it was a good mystery. 4 stars for both of these books. And then I read 2 Archie comics, which I always give 5 stars. I read World of Archie Winter Annual, and sorry, it's a little crooked there, and World of Betty and Veronica Jumbo Comics. It's kind of funny because I didn't do it on purpose, but there was like the Nancy Drew and Hardy Boy Clue books, and then World of Archie and World of Betty and Veronica, so they match. Girls and boys. I didn't do that on purpose, but pretty cool. Yeah, so I'm giving those Archie comics 5 stars because I just love my Archie comics so much. Yeah, and the last book that I have to talk about is Babysitter's Little Sister, Karen's Kitty Cat Club by Anne M. Martin, the graphic novel. And it is the last graphic novel of the set that I own. I really hope to get more soon. Loved the series so far. I gave it 5 stars. I think I've given every book 5 stars. I'm really enjoying it. So in this book, Karen starts a kitty cat club. She wants to be like her stepsister Christy and start a club. And she starts it up like trying to cat sit, but nobody wants her services. It was just a great book. Really enjoyed it. Very cute, very innocent. And yeah, I really look forward to trying other books by, well, not by this author, but I've read a lot of books by this author, but continue the books in this series. So finally, that was a pretty quick wrap up. I think maybe I talked really quickly. Sorry if I talked quicker than usual, but that is all. Those are all the books that I read in the first half of the month, and in a few days you will be seeing the end of the month wrap up. They're going to be closer together this time, but yeah, so hope you enjoyed hearing about the books that I read, and I'll see you in my next video. Thanks so much for watching. Bye.